All right, hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Last Place Fire Team show. Sorry about all the little weird technical issues. We're trying to figure something out here because later on in the show, we have a little March Madness thing going on where we're going to try to find out the greatest side character of all time. But before we get to that, we got a few news stories, but I got to introduce my guests, okay? My guest here is close to Earth right now. All right, he just peered in, gave us a transmission, and agreed to join the show. So our first out of this, what is it? Interterrestrial? Universal, yeah, something like that. But welcome to the show, Astronomo.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. And then as always, I have my, normal guest. We have Yendi,
yes.
or sorry, host. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, guys. Our normal host, co-host right now, Yendi.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
All right, and then also we have Alan.
Hello, beautiful people.
All right, so as you guys know, whenever I host the show for the week, okay. Also, please make sure let me know in the chat if everything's okay. If something's on fire, please let us know. But I always have the world's dying questions to ask. All right. I think my first show I said burgers or tacos. Second show I said toilet paper over or under. Today's question can change what people think about you. All right.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Does everybody here eat wings?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. Alan already knows where we're going. All right. Flats or drumsticks? All right. Yendi, you can go first.
Drumsticks. Who the hell eats flats? That's like a waste.
Astronomo,
you have to work extra hard for that.
Astronomo, I'm guessing you agree?
Yeah, I have to agree with drumsticks. And it has so much meat. Come on, you can't go wrong.
Alan, what about you?
Listen, man, I'm a wing connoisseur, and I don't discriminate on either. So I'm gonna be the person who says both because, listen,
all right, man. Whoa. I knew this was gonna come up. Hold on, before you continue. All right, there's 2 pieces left in that box. You're hanging out with me. You know I'm hungry, right? I'm your boy. There's a drumstick and a flat. Which one you gonna leave me to eat?
I'll let you choose first.
No.
Yes.
Which one? Come on, man.
Yeah. Listen,
Marty Marr says flats all day.
Listen, damn. I'm gonna go with drumsticks. There's just more meat on it. That's only why.
All right. I'm gonna go
but
flats.
I love both of them.
No, I'm kidding. I like drumsticks also. You guys are right. There are more meat on them. Flats all day. I also agree with the flat. It depends, man. Depends how it's made.
Let me tell you, I like flats for the simple fact that you can't dip a drumstick the way you can dip a flat.
Nope.
You can put a good amount of ranch on that flat because it fits so perfectly. But the meat on the drumstick, it's just, it's just a drumstick.
Yeah, with a drumstick, you're gonna have to double dip.
Yeah, definitely got to do a double dip.
All right. So now that we have those out of the way, all right, we're gonna move on to our first story of the night. There's been a lot of news this week, man. A lot of news has been coming out, and as of the past, 2 days now? Actually, stuff's just been hitting off. All right.
This week.
Oh yeah, this whole week. So our first news story tonight is Microsoft is in the talks of buying Discord. This is episode 8, guys. This is episode 8, and we've talked about Microsoft literally every single episode, right? We touch on Sony a little bit. Oh, they could do this. They could do. We have 30-minute conversations with Microsoft. All right. The fact that they're in talks about buying Discord, which, let's be honest, they bought Discord. That's what's probably gonna happen. All right. They bought Discord. All right. The article is telling us that it says, Discord, a video game chat community for more than $10 billion. They want to buy it. They're going to buy it for $10 billion. All right. If I was Discord, You know what? Where do I sign? You know, like, you know what I mean? Discord already has been around for years. It's been Discord and what is the other one that people use? TeamSpeak, but I don't think a lot of people use that as much.
No,
Not too many
everyone
people
kinda
know.
went to Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never personally used it, but Alan, what are your thoughts on Microsoft buying Discord?
Listen, you know, the amount that I talk about Microsoft, people would think I'm a Microsoft fanboy. I'm not, but I love when companies like this take chances to make moves to better their community. Microsoft, at the beginning of this, console war, if you want to call it that, they basically were saying we're going to cater to our gamers. And Microsoft, from the release of next gen of the Series X and the Series S, they have dedicated themselves to gamers. They've done everything that you could want, as in they're getting big titles, they're making moves, they're actually doing things to make themselves better. And I think that's what a lot of people wanted from Microsoft for a long time, was to do things that, would make you want to join their community or go out and get an Xbox. This deal, I mean, if for $10 billion, that's a no-brainer for Discord, I think. I'm gonna be honest though, I wish Sony would have done it so Sony could fix their chat, because I actually prefer Xbox Live's chat over Sony's chat personally, but I just think it's more compatible with a lot of other things. Like you can use it on your phone. And I'm talking about Xbox Live. You could use it on your phone. You could use it on your computer. It's very simple. Sony's the one that you usually have issues with. But again, for me, I think it's a great move. I mean, if you got to do what you got to do to, put yourself out there. And I feel like Microsoft is making a bunch of moves in order to put themselves out there for the gamers.
Gotcha, man. And if you could just draw back a little bit on your mic, you're just peeking just a tiniest bit, baby. Right. You're giving the people too much. My fault. It's you know what it is? It's probably us connecting to you from space. That's what it is.
Listen, I have good internet. Have you seen what I have here?
I see the setup, but it doesn't mean I don't have the technology. Like my computer is smoking next to me right now. I'm trying to ignore it, just to try to connect to you.
We don't have enough satellites.
The FBI is on the way here right now to me. But what are your thoughts on Microsoft, man? Buying everything right now, really?
Honestly, yeah, they have that Playboy money going on, so they're literally gonna go for it. No, I like I said, well, I have to agree. Them buying it is such a gamer move, going into that space. They can obviously do their own Discord app on an Xbox. That's gonna do a huge move. Because at the end of the day, it's competition, so PlayStation's gonna see this. They're gonna say, oh, okay, so they're gonna have a better platform to communicate with other people. It's going to bring more people together. What can we do? So it's always good, healthy competition at the end of the day. What's gonna happen with PlayStation? Are they gonna buy out TeamSpeak? Are they gonna do anything else? Are they gonna do their own little platform inside the PlayStation console? And, see where that goes. But hey, I wish them luck, because they just did a big move with what's it called, Bethesda.
Yeah,
and that did them great. It's for the gamers, because now you can just sign up and do Game Pass, and now you have all that stuff. So we'll see what comes with Game Pass and Discord in the future. Maybe we'll have some benefit out of it.
Yeah, I think it's in my opinion, Xbox already, because whenever I read this, I was like, oh wait, whenever me and Yendi play with our friend Ryan, we switch to Xbox Live Party Chat on the computer, because there's an app. So I don't know if they actually have like a part of the company that just focuses on, the usability of how the Xbox Hub works. And to me, it's just like, hey, if we can get Discord, we have Discord run our audio. If we get it on consoles, we have the Discord app on consoles. Everybody has great audio. They can, join their chat rooms and everything like that. And then that's something that we don't really have to put too much thought into anymore. They can deal with it, and then we can continue focusing on what's next. That's the first thing I thought of whenever it came up. I was just like, you know what, this is a great move. They're just, they're really making, they're really coming out the gate strong, man. I haven't seen, they get the console out, and then they've just been for the past couple months, man, it's just knockout after knockout after knockout. You know, but Yendi, what were your thoughts on Microsoft?
Oh, exactly where I left off. But pretty much in summary, I would like to see the native Xbox Party app replaced with Discord if this happens to go through, so that we can create communities in the Xbox ecosystem through Discord, which would be super cool. That then we can take onto the PC. You know, so you're always connected to your friends no matter where they are. Not that you can't do that now, but it'd be really cool if you could just use one app on your PC and your console, and it'll probably stay on Xbox only. But even with this, I don't think this is gonna help Microsoft get to where they want to be as far as sales compared to PlayStation, because PlayStation just has those exclusives, man. So I don't think Microsoft's gonna win this generation either. So
I don't know.
but if we get Discord, great. They keep doing more gamer centric stuff. I'm all for that. I just until I start getting actual good games, this means nothing in the long run.
I personally don't even. I don't even think it's about. I think Microsoft is not even trying to like outcompete Sony for this generation.
I think they're over that.
Yeah. I think Microsoft out of everyone is just like, dude. Well, I think Microsoft's victory of what they're trying to do is, hey, put Game Pass on your console. Like, I think that's what they want. If you're up for it, we want you to put it on there. We don't really care about how many consoles we sell. And I mean, the cool thing about the Discord thing is you can already put your Xbox Live, you can put your gamer tag already on your stream. So it's if so to me that's pretty awesome anyway. And I mean, who knows if they're going to come out with better stuff, but I know the only thing that I will give Microsoft a lot of credit on this note is that at least we're seeing an effort, opposed to them just going like, you know what, we're not going to win this war, so we're going to just stop trying. Whoever buys our consoles, buy our consoles. I do like that they're putting their foot forward and being like, you know what, we haven't been winning these console wars, or we haven't been hitting the sales that we would like, so we're going to do things that bring people in. And no matter what, Microsoft is now going to have more people than they probably ever had in the past, just because of the Bethesda signing. And now, you know, if they do end up getting this Discord buy-in, they'll still, I mean, their population over the last year of Game Pass and the subscribers numbers have almost doubled from last year. So I think they're going in the right direction, and I think it's really refreshing that they have a sense of urgency and actually going like, you know what, we have fallen behind, so let's just put our foot forward and keep going.
Man, yeah, bro, it's like you said, man. I really think it's just they're just making a great system for just an average gamer. They just want to make sure everything's accessible, everything's easy. Unlike Sony right now, because that's gonna move on to our next topic. Sony actually is. I feel like they're trying to keep up, but you know, all these companies buying everything. But Sony recently bought Evo, right? Which is huge news. There are people excited about it. I personally am not. We'll get to me. We'll get to me later on, but we'll start with you, Alan. What do you think about Sony buying Evo? Like, do you think, like, it's? I don't think these companies need to be buying tournaments. You know what I mean? So what are your thoughts on it?
So it's I have a mixed bag, because someone who, I mean, I used to be like heavy into the fighting game community, like CEO and going to those events and stuff like that. Evo hasn't really been, I guess, grassroots is what a lot of people in the FGC will call it, as meaning like a company, a thing that, you know, started from the bottom, which it did, and then became this big thing. And it hasn't been like non-mainstream in like 5 to 10 years now. So like Evo's been this big thing that even has gotten to the point where even if you don't know about fighting games, a lot of people you ask know what Evo is. Like, you know what I mean? Even if it's gotten to that point. But I mean, I like the move. It shows that Sony does want to get into the esports game, which I'm kind of excited about, but I am not excited about what they did by buying Evo, because now I know what's going to happen. What's going to end up happening is Evo's going to change. They're only going to have Sony exclusive games. So like you can forget about Smash being there now for sure, because Nintendo's not going to give, the rights to Sony to be like, hey, show this game, even though Sony would like to have it, but it's going to be like, why are we going to give you, Smash Brothers for you to showcase on your thing while you're promoting all your Sony merchandise, which is basically what that's going to become. It's going to become a huge advertisement of, hey, they're using Sony fight sticks, or hey, they're using Sony TVs. Like, it's going to become that, and which that's what happens when you buy a company out, which I don't like, because I feel like it's gonna take away from what Evo is, and that's that fighting game community of gamers coming together and watching this stuff. It will elevate it because more eyes will go now to Evo, and they're probably going to have bigger cash prizes, which is exciting and stuff like that. But I am mixed about it, because like, again, I know what it's going to become with this whole, so it's going to become like a Sony advertisement thing. So
Yeah,
I don't, so it's mixed for me.
I get that. With my thoughts on it, man, it's I mean, from what I'm reading on it, Evo announced that they're going to be back this year with Evo Online, virtual fighting game competition happening from August 6th through the 18th and August 13th through the 15th. Players can compete in tournaments for Guilty Gear, Strive, Mortal Kombat 11, Ultimate Street Fighter, Champion, and Tekken 7. This is something, so I feel like Evo needed help for the online portion of it. As I've said in the past, I watch quite a bit of esports. When Sony was the new sponsor for Call of Duty, and they had PlayStations in those areas, one of the big problems that they lost from switching from PlayStation to Xbox, right? Xbox, you can connect your controller into the Xbox. It would disable the Bluetooth, and you have a wired controller. Having all those consoles in that same area, right, and all those players trying to play the game, the PlayStation 4 was unable to disable the Bluetooth. And if you had spectators there on their phones or anything like that, there was a huge delay, and pros were complaining like they couldn't play the game. And I remember the first tournament when they had PlayStations there, I think they had to, like, the first like couple hours, there was just no games running. Like, they had to change the schedule. And they're like, something's up, because they never actually thought like, oh, all this is going to happen. And then they came out with the, well, it's been out, but the Chronos Max, which is a extension that you plug in to your PlayStation 4. And that's how people can get, I think you can get like aimbots and stuff like that. And I can't remember for sure, but it's like, but they had to connect that and then connect controllers in it to disable the Bluetooth on PS4 controllers. Up until Sony made a update for the PS4 where you can go in and turn it off yourself. But it was still causing all these problems. And now Call of Duty, they're actually playing on PC this year whenever it actually becomes, whenever you're actually able to go to the tournaments and watch, and they're playing LAN instead of online. So right now, I think Evo Online will be cool. But whenever they actually have the in-house tournaments, I feel like that's when it's going to get very dicey. But go ahead.
One more point. But the bad thing about Evo Online is that all of those games have the worst netcode besides Guilty Gear. Like, Guilty Gear is probably Guilty Gear and Tekken are the only two games that, like, when you play online, because they have this whole rollback netcode thing, which is a whole thing I could get into, but I'm not going to do it right now. But like, basically, it brings back your frames so that it doesn't feel like you're lagging when you're fighting, because obviously that throw off your combos and whatever the case may be. Street Fighter V's netcode is awful. So like, people stop playing that game because it's so hard. And so like Dragon Ball Z, also great game, but so hard to play online because the netcode, once you play someone that's out of the state you're in, it's awful. So we'll see if Evo Online actually works, because it could have a lot of hiccups. I know Guilty Gear would be fine because the beta for it was amazing. But I wonder if Sony's also going to help with that. So I'm interested to see that.
Yeah. Astronomo, any thoughts? Do you watch a lot of esports?
Not really.
No?
So for me, like, I literally, as soon as you pulled it up, I was like, what's Evo, really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but Sony buying it, man, I feel like they really didn't have to do it, to be honest with you. Like I have to agree. I have to agree with Chaos, but yeah, I don't feel like it was necessary. But there's going to be a lot of Sony advertisements. So unless if they were going for the route of going online only, and Sony has good servers, so they can say like, okay, we're gonna buy it so that way we can bring this tournament online, so that way we have good connection and we can fix the netcode and everything, then I can see why they did that. Otherwise, I don't know what's in the plan. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. At the end of the day, it's somehow or some way it's gonna be implemented with the PlayStation 5.
Man. What about you, Yendi? I know you don't watch too much esports, and
I know exactly where this is going. Okay, hear me out.
okay, here we go.
Okay, here we
Remember
go.
last show? Last show we were talking about Smash.
Yes.
PlayStation is gonna have a PlayStation All Stars.
Oh, my
Oh no. What if they do? They're like,
they're going to take a new game, PlayStation All Stars 2 or whatever, and push it so hard through Evo, and that's how they're gonna get people to enforce them to play the game. But no, that's just my.
They're just gonna be.
That's just me being stupid. I don't know.
Sony's gonna be sitting there like, "Hey, Evo."
I don't know if that's the case, but I could see that happening. Anyways, to me, when you guys were talking about Evo, it was alien language, so I really don't have much input. But what I do have is trivia. So let's get started with that.
Man, okay, hold on. Before we get to that, Astronomo, because I didn't get to tell you. Throughout the weeks, Yendi has been coming up with different, basically quizzes, and it's me and Alan really competing for the end of the month to see who's gonna have the most points. But you are, like I said, you are in this also. And then before that, I didn't get to touch on this for housekeeping. The show is actually going to be out, the recorded version for the podcast. The audio version is going to be out on podcast tomorrow, like always. But now the video version will be on YouTube tomorrow instead of Fridays. And our Wednesday videos that individually each of us make will be out on Fridays instead of Wednesdays now. We switched it up. So you will not be seeing, I think this week is Alan's video. You will not be seeing it tomorrow. You got to wait a little bit longer, all the way up until Friday. Okay. Yendi, you can go ahead and take it away.
Okay.
Here's my hands. My hands are up. I'm not Googling.
No, you can't Google search. Okay. It's whoever answers first gets the point. So far, Alan is leading by 1 point.
Oh, by one.
He's leading by one. Yep. All right, here we go. Question number 1. In 1988, Sega released the Sega Genesis in North America, but the system had another name outside the region. What was it known as in other countries?
Sega Master System.
Nope. What? Say again?
Sega Master System? I know Master.
Give it to him because I have no idea.
Well, I have no clue.
I know Master's in it. Master Drive? It's Master something.
I'll give you that one. It was called the Mega Drive.
Mega Drive. Okay. I didn't even know that. Like, as soon as you said 1980 something, I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Astronomo, real quick, just to give these guys an idea, because I'm the youngest on this crew. How old are you, Astronomo? How many, in light years? How old are you?
Yeah.
Oh, this is like new info. I don't think I've ever said this. 24.
24, man. See, we ain't gonna know this. We ain't gonna know this stuff.
You never know. You never know. All right, question number 2.
We need a win too. Okay.
Right. Question number 2. The Commonwealth Institute of Technology in Fallout 4 is a reference to which real-world university?
Harvard, Yale, Duke. Which university? Wait, which Fallout? Fallout 4?
Yep.
Where is that based?
The Commonwealth.
It's in Washington.
Brown?
It's in Washington?
No. I'll read it again.
Okay.
The Commonwealth Institute of Technology.
Columbia.
No.
You guys give up?
Commonwealth. Washington State. I don't know.
Technology.
Institute.
MIT?
Dang.
Oh, nice, Alan.
Oh,
all right. Question number 3. What is the name to the successor of the PlayStation Portable handheld system?
PSP Vita.
PSP Go.
First.
Nah.
Said it first.
Yeah, Vita, right? Yeah.
Vita, yeah.
I said it first. I said Vita.
I said PSP Vita though.
No, I said Vita first. Roll the tape back.
He said Vita.
I heard Chris.
Rewind.
He did say Vita, but I said PSP Vita. That's the only reason why you said it.
Technically, he would be right because PSP would be PlayStation Portable Vita.
Oh, okay. Well, then Alan gets it again. I'll give it to him, dude. He's burying me this game.
Alan's killing it.
Yeah.
Question number 4. Forerunners, precursors, and prophets are races from which game?
Halo.
That's right. There you go. Number 5. Mortal Kombat was originally developed as a licensed game version of what popular movie before the deal fell through?
Mortal Kombat?
No.
Was it a game before the movie?
No, it's a movie. Hold on.
Ugh.
Wait,
bro.
It was midway.
Can you give us a letter?
I know this.
Because I'm sure Alan will get it.
You're
not gonna get it.
He didn't give me the letter.
Jean-Claude Van Damme is involved.
No.
Bloodsport.
That's right. Dang, Alan.
I don't know these, man. This is the hardest trivia one yet.
This is the best trivia yet.
Yeah, of course.
Question. Codenamed Revolution, this was Nintendo's 5th major game console.
64.
Nope.
Nintendo Wii.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, got it.
Oh.
Hey, there you go. Alan has 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 points.
Yeah, he wrecked me on that one, dude. There's
Yeah,
no way.
you have 4.
There's no way.
Woo, all right.
There's no way. I should get extra points for the Uncharted question we got last week.
Yeah,
I'll give a point to him.
Thank you.
Every guest has a point. So far, the Orlon is winning with 2.
I'll take my 2 wins in a row.
Wow. All right, moving on to our next story. Since Nintendo was the last question, so this story is very interesting because the Nintendo said the Switch Pro, it's not happening. What are you talking about? What Switch Pro? That's not happening. But hold on, it's not even loading for me. It's taking me to another site. There we go. Okay, so Nintendo is it says Nintendo to use. It's trying to make me subscribe to this thing, so I can't even read it. But Nintendo to use the new NVIDIA graphics chip in 2021 Switch upgrade. All right. So I only got a piece of the article. You can go ahead, Andy, if you got.
Here.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So these are just some bullet points on the system. The new Switch would be released later this year. It'd be a 7-inch 720p OLED screen. It would be equipped with NVIDIA's DLSS technology, which is really cool. It'll have a better CPU, more memory, and the price tag is suggested at $400.
I have it to the side. I'm already Nintendo. You got me. You got me. I'm gonna let you know right now, okay? But
said with a lot of games, whatever that means. So maybe they have a lot of big games planned.
What if they announce Game Pass with it?
I doubt it.
I mean, for me, it wouldn't matter because I play Game Pass games.
Yeah, I get you. But we'll start with Astronomo on this one. What do you think about Nintendo's not? I mean, again, it's not happening. This is all we don't know.
You don't know. No, honestly, I feel okay. So a lot of people might say that Nintendo needs to make a stronger console because they need to compete with Sony PlayStation. Nintendo has no competition. I gotta say that up front. They don't have no competition. Have you noticed how they haven't done certain things that people have been begging them to do because they don't have anybody to compete with? Sega was the only one. That was a long time ago. But with them doing this little bit of upgrade, I feel like it's going to go a long way. They definitely need to do it. And when they say a bunch of other games or new games, they do have that subscription, the yearly thing to play Nintendo Online. Yeah. So a lot of people have said, man, they need to bring back like the Wii backup compatibility or GameCube compatibility. So if they come out and say, here's the new console and we're going to revamp the whole entire store, we're going to do all this, they can really go hard this year. really, and come back and have that little bit of competition back. So we'll see, but they really need. Did they said that it was going to be like you can dock it at 4K?
Those are the
I've heard a
rumors.
That's
If
one
rumor.
of
they
the
do
rumors.
it, yeah, if
That's
they do
one
it,
of
it
them.
has to be another docking station. But yeah, they haven't come out and said anything. Like I said, these have all been rumors and people looking into patents. And I don't even know in the article, does this say how they got that information, or did they
Well,
just?
this is actually Bloomberg, and the people behind this are they have a lot of credibility. These people said they got this from multiple sources. Uh, so yeah, I trust Bloomberg, especially Jason Schreier, who works there
Absolutely.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
for me, this is all but confirmed at this point. So
yeah,
I'm expecting to see it.
We just need a date at this point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Once Bloomberg comes out with it, because Bloomberg has, I mean, they're just like an investment stuff. So like, you can't really fluctuate investments. Like, you can't just be like, oh, these people are not like, they're coming out with this. They usually do their due diligence just for research purposes. So if you want, a new like to invest into Nintendo, like this would be something that would drive the stock up or whatever the case may be. But yeah, to Astronomo's point though, Nintendo really doesn't have no crazy competition. Like you said, Chris, you already are in for the new console. Like you don't need to hear anything else. You know that new console's coming out. You're gonna get it. So like, and there's gonna be, and you're in the majority on that because a lot of people who want better graphics from the console are going to go buy it because it is something that people want. I necessarily don't mind. I only pay like 2 or 3 games on my Switch. I mean, if I get one for a good price, I'd probably get it. But like, Nintendo has been doing this for almost 40 years now. They've being just a video game company. They even all the stuff we give them, all the things we want, they always seem to actually give us something that we actually do want. Like it might not be exactly what we want, but they give us something that we want to buy, and they always do it. They always find a way to hit that market. They hit the kids market. Some kids might get it. Some kids will be fine with their old one. Now you have 3 options for your Switch. You can get the ultra high one, you can get the regular one, or you can get a light. Either way, somewhat there's a Switch for everyone, and people are going to buy it, and it's going to do well, and it's going to have games that people want to play. So
Yeah, I feel like definitely this is gonna be more for the hardcore Nintendo fan. Like, I already have this is for people who already have a Switch or thought about getting a Switch, but they're just waiting for that little extra punch that they want because now they got a PS5 or the new Xbox. So yeah, this is definitely gonna be not for kids, but more for Nintendo fans. I would say probably they could even open up with that new Pokemon game with the open world.
I was just
It
gonna
could
say
almost
that. Yeah, like the video that we saw with bad frame rate and stuff like that. Maybe this is the console to take care of
to
it.
push it.
It kind of gives me hope on Breath of the Wild 2, because even in Breath of the Wild you had some lagging, and recently I've been playing Link's Awakening, and on my new TV and stuff like that, it seems like my TV at times it feels like my TV is just a little too much for the Switch because it'll tear a little bit, or like it'll slow down and the frame rates drop, and I'm like, what's going on? And then it catches all back up. So, but Yendi, do you think you're gonna get the Switch Pro or
Not at all.
no?
The only reason I got a regular Switch was because I was really excited to finally have a Pokemon game on the Switch, right? That was my main reason for it. That and also seeing how cool the console was, how innovative it was on Nintendo's part. So those two factors, Pokemon and the innovation in the console itself, is what drove me to actually get it. But the Pokemon games that I played on it were a disappointment, being a lifelong fan. I also played Breath of the Wild, but I prefer my Zelda games like the older ones, kind of more linear style. I love open world games, but to me, that Zelda, it wasn't bad. It wasn't my favorite. I'd prefer something like Link's Awakening or A Link to the Past, or I guess even Ocarina of Time was more similar to Breath of the Wild, but I prefer that because it's not truly open world. Um, so the Switch Pro, there's nothing for me there. There's nothing for me. At this point, the Switch is just a novelty for me. I would prefer to spend that $400 on a new camera lens, on a new monitor, on more RAM, even though I don't need it. You know, because let's see, I haven't played the Switch in probably, like, actually played it in probably 2 years. Like, I haven't even touched it. Sometimes I'll forget it's there. I'll pass it by. I'm like, oh yeah, that's still there. So I kind of wish I never did buy it because the games that I wanted for it were very disappointing, and I don't feel like the future games coming out for it are going to do anything for me personally because I'm honestly tired of Nintendo and their same old recycled stuff, same Mario games, same. It's just I'm tired of it. I'd rather have something from PlayStation. I'd rather have Horizon. I want games to look good. I want to play at 1440p, 120 frames per second standard. So Nintendo's not for me anymore. So I'll be definitely skipping the Switch Pro.
And if you're a Nintendo hater like Yendi, or you hate Pokemon, you can head over to our YouTube channel and see the newest video of Yendi just bashing the crap out of Pokemon.
It wasn't that bad. I was just showing my disappointment in the direction they took for the latest games. It's just, but I mean, how much can you argue that when you're a grown adult talking about a kid's game?
My name is Yendi, and I'm old.
I am old, man. Shit.
Yeah, but I have to agree with Andy. Like, yeah, the past few games were disappointing, but it's Nintendo. No one's gonna do a Pokemon game. No other platform has a Pokemon game, and it's just like the franchise by itself. So people are gonna complain, but they're still gonna buy it. There's nothing to it. So that's why I think they don't have any competition.
PC does have PC, and now actually I believe it's coming to consoles. A game called Temtems, which is very, very similar to Pokemon. And that could be one of the serious competitors. And Digimon can make a comeback. Their last few games are actually really good. So, and they're, of course, they're extremely similar as well. But I think eventually somebody will take that crown.
Well, the genre is like, I think even my buddy told me about, he's been getting into, I think it's called is it just called Monster Capture or Monster something? But it's, what is it?
Monster Hunter?
Not Monster Hunter, no. But it's just like it like the genre of it is just kind of like you're catching something, and he joined the Discord, and it's like nothing but these guys that share those types of games where you're getting a animal or a monster or anything like that. You're training it and you're going out and fighting. There's so many out there, and it's not just Pokemon anymore. So they do have to step up their game. Me personally, like I said, for the what do you mean no? I mean, that's why they have the open world and stuff like that. I don't mean like step up their full game, but I'm just saying they have competitors out there now that it's just so much easier now to come out and make something.
But those competitions that you guys are talking about are not even close to the global scale of what Pokemon is. Like, think about this.
Yeah, true.
You could, like, if a game came out and it could, let's say we gave it a perfect 10, it still would never reach the sales Pokemon reached. So, like, as far as like maybe competition, as far as like playability or like playing the game itself, but as far as like the level of reaching Pokemon and someone overtaking Pokemon, that's not happening. Like, period. Like, it just unless
I disagree. It could happen. I mean, they've had a 25-year head start. Of course, they're going to have all this. They're in every house.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's the part of the argument, though. Like, to beat Pokemon, you now have to not only have an amazing game, you have to have a game now that you feel is transitional. Like, most of those 25-year fan base is all going to bring that game down, regardless of if it's even if it's better than Pokemon. You've got this whole generation of people. People do it now where they don't give the younger game if it's like similar to a game to be like, oh, that game is better. They're going to be like, well, it's not. It's just a ripoff of a Pokemon. Like, to build that fan base that Pokemon has currently, like with that 25-year advantage, like it would be something like amazingly catastrophic for Pokemon to do for someone else to take over in that scale of Pokemon. Maybe the games could be better, like absolutely, like a game could be better, but the global state of Pokemon, nothing's catching. Like,
I definitely think it's possible. Look at Fortnite. Look at Fortnite. That game came out of nowhere.
Go ahead, Astronomo.
Yeah, but that was its own kind of game, though. like it wasn't based off of what Pokemon is.
Fortnite's not its own kind of game. It copied off PUBG in
No, but I'm saying
H1N1 and all that stuff.
it set its own style, regardless of like it is a battle royal 100%. What I'm saying is it doesn't. It's not a it's its own style of game. If you come out with a new Pokemon, it's still going to be a version of Pokemon. Like it's not going to be like a completely thing where you're revolutionizing your visual. It's still going to feel like a Pokemon game.
Yeah, it's always going to be compared to Pokemon. It's like Battlefield. It always gets compared to Call of Duty, no matter what.
The part that I'm arguing is that you say nothing will ever catch up or surpass Pokemon. And I completely disagree with that because there are right now Temtem is a better game than Pokemon.
In your opinion, but this is the
battling mechanics, with the overworld, with the story.
But he's saying what Alan's saying because
and you absolutely could be right.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the global, like those sales of that game will never reach what Pokemon has reached.
Because this is the first time I've ever even heard of that game. Also, you know what I mean? Like it's like
yeah. It just recently got out of early alpha, but I think there's a game out there that will eventually surpass Pokemon. It might just take 25 years.
Yeah.
So.
Because Pokemon has such a history that anybody who hasn't even watched, collected cards, or play the games, they heard Pokemon before.
Yeah.
So for a game to knock out Pokemon,
the cards are back.
Again, it's the same thing with Fortnite. That game came out of nowhere. It wasn't even a battle royale, and now everybody knows Fortnite when you hear it. That game came out of nowhere.
Listen, what I'm saying, but I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm disagreeing with the fact that that game brought its own visual.
You don't think it'll be surpassed in sales? That's what you're saying.
It cannot be passed.
I think it will. I think it'll just matter of time.
You want to make a lifetime bet? We can
lifetime
make a lifetime bet.
Yeah. All right, we'll meet again in 75 years.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So you guys will be coming back to episode number
like 20,000.
20,000. Where we're all like,
with a walker and stuff. I told you, D.
Pokemon's on VR. You can become the Pokemon.
Actually, have Pokemon next to me. I'm gonna have favorite Pokemon Scyther right next to me, and I'm gonna be like, huh? Yeah. That's a good one. So
listen, Nintendo, because Astronomo just brought a good point, man. I would love to play Pokemon on my Oculus. That'd be dope.
I have to. How much you want to bet someone in VR chat already made a Pokemon?
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, I gotta just jump in
already. Yeah.
Oh man. But back to my original thoughts on the Switch Pro. I'm gonna buy one. I've had the original since it's come out with all the heat problems. It heats up, and everybody's telling you to like turn it sideways. Yeah, there's heat problems when they first. Yeah, because like I said, I got mine day one. Right, day one.
Yeah.
I remember.
There's you're never gonna experience it, Yendi, because you don't play long enough for it to happen. But one of the big issues with the Switch originally was did Breath of the Wild come out the same day as Switch came out?
I think it was a release date.
Yeah, it was a release date. So people were putting in hours, right? And you put it in the docking station, and it would the Switch was heating up and overheating. So people had to turn their dock station sideways, and you put because at the top of it, like you see the little air holes. So your Switch would be sideways, so it helps the heat kind of like fall out of it, and it was a big deal. And then there was other companies out there that made docking stations with fans in it to try to like battle that issue. So with the Switch Pro, in order for it to be like great, you're putting all this new hardware in it. Work on the cooling, because cooling is everything. If that thing heats up, you're gonna burn out the Switch like very quickly. All right, and especially with the Pro, like you guys said, the people with the Pros are probably the people that put in those hours. So you want to make sure that they're happy, especially with the price point that you guys are putting on it. You know what I mean? But Nintendo's not just stopping their role there. They recently announced, was it yesterday or the day before, the Pikmin AR. So what this is words, all right, is basically Pokemon Go, but with Pikmin. I didn't see too much of it. It's something I'm interested in. I think it's kind of a fun idea. But Alan, what are your thoughts? I know are you the one that plays Pokemon Go right now still?
No, I haven't started yet, but I'm going to get back into it.
Oh, okay.
I haven't downloaded.
Do you think you're gonna jump into Pikmin at all? Are you a Pikmin fan for?
I'll try it. I love Pikmin. I don't know if I'll play it more than probably the day or two, just so we could talk about it and see if I enjoyed it. But I'm not gonna play it. But I just think it's a cool idea to get Pikmin into that rotation, which kind of I think is more so of, hey, we're doing Pikmin this, but guess what? Here's Pikmin 4 right after you're done. So I think that's more of their thing. But I mean, Nintendo, they're having something else to do, something else to work on. It means it was a success. Like, if I don't know if this will be as much of a success as Pokemon Go is, but it shows that they're still got some AR and they still want to use that technology for something. So they're gonna just change it. It could very much be a repurposed, Pokemon Go, but it's good for Nintendo to just have things like that on another platform to widen their audience base. So I think it's a good idea. I think I'll definitely try it when it comes out, but it's not something like I'm gonna play for more than a week.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna get those people back out to the parks. It does say the app will include gameplay activities to encourage walking and make walking more delightful. I don't think we're gonna see people going out there for blue and yellow Pikmin right now. But Yendi, what do you think about it? Do you think you're gonna try Pikmin AR?
Just like with any mobile game, I'll probably give it a go, play it for like 10 minutes, and then never even think about it again because I just can't do mobile games. No matter how hard I tried, the one I played the longest with Hearthstone, right? I enjoyed it. There was nothing wrong with that game. I loved it, but I don't know, man. I guess I'd rather be spending my time on my PC or a console. It's just because I don't think of mobile games as something that I really want to sit down and do, if I had the option. So with that being said, I'm actually a Pikmin fan. I played the original on the GameCube, and I loved the heck out of that game.
Love that game.
And I think this would be a really good fit for that game with all the little Pikmin running around. Like, I could see you like having to walk somewhere to pick up some scraps to bring back to your home base and to build something. I don't know. It sounds like a really cool idea. And like I said, I think this is the perfect game for it. I'll try it most likely. I see Avery playing more of it than me because she would love a mobile game like that. But I'll play for 10 minutes and then I'll forget about it.
I think it'll be more team based. Like I feel like you're gonna walk around and you'll see like the giant ladybug, and then if the more people that you can get over there to like throw Pikmin at it, the better. I feel like that would be kind of the idea they're going for. But what about you, Astronomo? What do you think about it? Do you think you're gonna catch Pikmin throughout the galaxy, or?
I mean, I would have to first, fly down on Earth because I don't think it's going to be supported out here. But I've never actually played a Pikmin game. So, but
PlayStation 5.
PlayStation 5.
Yeah. Space Station 5.
Such a dad joke.
Oh my god.
But agreeing with Scaldi is that I would try it out, obviously because of the content out there. But if it's one of those games like what they did with Mario Kart, that as soon as I open it up, I play for like 30 minutes. Yeah. And I hit with a microtransaction, then I'm gonna be like, I'd rather pay $5 up front for the app, play it, and not have to be bothered by this again. So.
That makes sense. I'll probably be the same way. I'm probably gonna open up the app with my idea. Like I just said, if I don't walk outside and see a giant ladybug, and I'm supposed to get my friends to come out and throw Pikmin at it, you failed. I'm sorry. Oh man. But that's gonna do it for the news. We're gonna switch to our the theme of the show. All right. In the light of March Madness, okay, I know not a lot of people watch basketball, and a lot of people watch basketball. I know that the people that are probably watching this channel, like gaming and stuff like that, they probably watch more games. I'm just gonna put that out there. That's my statement, okay? But we are trying to find the greatest side characters, okay? You've seen what's the greatest game, you've seen what's the greatest main character, okay? What about that dude in the background eating popcorn the whole time, okay? What about that guy? All right, so that's what we're doing. All right, give me 1 second. I'm switching up the stream here to go to it, so you guys are gonna see something weird here. Boop.
Popcorn guy. I don't even think there's a popcorn guy on the list.
There we go.
On the credits, says character 1, character
Yeah,
2.
character one, character two.
I vote
Guy
for
in jeans.
Guy in G.
Yeah, guy in jeans. Or lady in the background. Lady taking the order.
Hold on, guys.
Just a
Sorry,
bunch
you
of
guys are
those.
watching live editing right now. Here we go.
So
Character death number 1 or character
Oh.
death number 2.
character scream one. There's
Alright.
also
Ooh.
those too. They do those.
We're gonna go and share my
Character
screen real
screen one.
quick. Go live. We're gonna click this and do that, and we're gonna open this up. All right, so these guys have not seen what this is yet. Okay, they see the bracket. Hold on, let me go ahead and make the screen bigger. All right, you guys can see that, right? Everybody can see that still?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, I did do a I did do a tournament randomizer to see, like, you know, to match up the names and stuff like that. So here we go. All right, these are your competitors for greatest side character of all time. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and start putting the characters up. We're gonna announce our contenders. Here we go. We got Ellie. All right, we got Zelda. These matchups are crazy. All right, we got Gary. We got Sully from Uncharted. Sorry, I should probably start saying these games. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. All right, so Ellie's from Last of Us, if you didn't know. Zelda's from Legend of Zelda. Gary is from Pokemon. Sully is from Uncharted. We got Sans from Undertale. All right.
Okay, I never.
We got Daxter from Jack and Daxter.
Oh, come on, that's an easy.
We got Clank from Ratchet and Clank. And then we got Yoshi from Mario.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, who picked Ellie?
I picked Ellie.
Okay, why do you think Ellie is the greatest side character of all time? Give us a little bit
I
of
mean, Ellie in, Last of Us being one of my top, 5 games of all time. Ellie's just such a great character in Last of Us 1. I mean, she was so good that they gave her own game. But I mean, the character has so much that she's dealing with, especially for people who have played the game. I don't want to spoil it, but you know that she has this, trauma. And the way that she supports Joel, the main character in the story, is what you want from a great side character. Even though she was skeptical about some of the things he did, even though she was, very understanding, she's what you want in a side, just in the sense of like she's great. She was great on her own. She could do her own thing if she needed to, but she was also just a perfect support system to the main character she was in. And that's what you want from a great side character, in my opinion.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. It looks like that the stream can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Okay. Whoop. There we go. All right. There's all your character streams. Sorry about that, guys. But real quick before we get to the person that picked Zelda, so we are gonna all decide on who's gonna move on. Okay, just because you picked that character, say Alan just pick Ellie, but he thinks Zelda is the better character. He can definitely vote for that. Okay. So who picked Zelda?
I did.
All right. Why do you think she's the greatest side character of all time?
Okay, so I don't think she's the greatest side character of all time.
Yenny did have.
That's one of the things I was having trouble with too.
I completely misunderstood what you were going for here, but now I think I kind of get it.
Now you get it. I tried to explain as much as I could, and I was like, dude.
I think it's about time that Zelda has her own main game because, I mean, the games are named after her. I think she'd be a badass protagonist to have, kind of like Aloy and Horizon. I would love to see her story and how maybe she saves Link in the future. And I think she's got special powers, right? She can talk to the what do they call them? Not the Dins, the Triforce, whatever it is. She's got powers. Link doesn't. I guess he kind of does. I don't know.
But
I would like to see a game called The Legend of Link, where Zelda is the main character.
Oh, that'd be great.
Kinda great,
I think
you
we'll
know?
see a little. I mean, I think we're gonna get to play as her in Breath of the Wild too. But that would be kind of cool if they swapped roles and she's like,
absolutely.
yeah, let me
Yeah, I feel
save.
like these two characters are like complete opposite because Ellie's a badass. Zelda's kind of like a little princess. You know,
All right, that's fine.
Link
She's
So
an actual princess.
yeah.
so we're probably gonna go Ellie on this one, right? My vote's
No.
on Ellie.
Ellie, yeah.
I say Zelda.
I say Zelda also.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
listen, as
Ooh.
much as I love Ellie the character, you cannot go against the name of Zelda herself. Like,
Okay, hold
especially
on.
as a side character.
There's three
She
people
kind
in
of
chat. I'm not chat, but 3 people watching. So maybe one of them can chime in and do a
Yeah,
tiebreaker.
Brett, do a tiebreaker, man. Put it in the chat. What do you guys think? But it's, in my opinion, so you're looking at Zelda. To me, compared to Ellie, we get a lot more from Ellie than Zelda. I get it. She's been in a lot. There's been a lot of games after her, but she doesn't have. We didn't see so much of her until, to me, until Breath of the Wild, and then also in Dynasty Warriors. She has her own part. Like you can play as her and everything like that. I didn't get to play that game, but she.
Dynasty Warriors or Hyrule Warriors?
Hyrule Warriors, yeah,
Okay.
but it's
What?
same. Yeah, sorry. So Hyrule Warriors, and I know she has a back. You see more of her backstory in this one. I will say Breath of the Wild, she stepped up. They made that character step up very like huge to show that like, hey, Link isn't the only hero. Like I'm busting my ass too here, you know. So, but Ellie, compared to what we've seen and gone through with her, it just doesn't compare to me for Zelda. Zelda's iconic. Zelda is iconic.
Yeah,
All right.
that's what you kind of want in your side character.
I mean,
it depends on how we're comparing it, right? Like if we're talking about like notoriety, name, stuff like that. I mean, Zelda is 1/3 of the Triforce. Like,
Oh man. So
but you're the host. You got to do the tiebreaker then.
well, the tiebreaker actually goes to I actually got this at work the other day. Somebody gave me a 501st Legion coin here. All right.
Awesome cosplayer.
So what we'll do here is Ellie will be Stormtrooper. Zelda will be 501st Legion. All right.
And we'll let you guys know for the podcast which one gets.
Yeah. Here we go. All right, we're gonna flip it. I won't catch. I'm just gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip it on my carpet. Okay.
He's flipping.
Put your pants on first.
All right, we got Stormtrooper.
So Ellie moves on.
Ellie moves on.
Okay. All right. I'm not sad about it.
All right, hold on. Let me.
I mean, I'm not mad either. Like both the characters are great. So like,
Ellie whines too much, man.
Zelda is in a Smash Bros. Game, so
I know, and has an alter ego as Sheik.
Oh.
Like,
Well, I mean, you still have time to switch. Or, I mean, Astronomo, before I solidify it, do you want to? What are you saying here,
I
man?
don't know. It's tough because Ellie's a badass. You know, when she has the goal in mind, she goes for it. You know, no matter who tells her what.
Yeah.
You know, especially with the second game. But man, Zelda's just classic. But if it comes to a fight, I feel like Ellie will do anything to take Zelda down. So I'm gonna have to go to Ellie.
All right, I'll let you guys pick the next battle here. Do you guys want to go down to Gary and Sully, or should we go across the Sans and Dexter, or Clank and Yoshi? What are you guys trying to hear right now?
Let's go down.
Down?
Yeah,
just go down? All right, here we go. All right, so who picked Gary?
I picked Gary.
All right. And
Gary is okay. So both of these are actually really good. I really, really love both of these characters. And I would say Sully maybe a little bit more because he's such a cool character. He's somebody that I'd want to hang out with, like in real life, if he was a real person.
Have a beer.
All right, yeah, he'd be so cool. He has all these cool stories to tell. But I think Gary also has a good chance because of how badass he is in the Pokemon games. Like, you know, if you played a Pokemon game, you battle 8 gym leaders, and once you're done with that, you go to the Elite Four. You beat the Elite Four, you beat the strongest trainers in the land, and then this mofo comes out of nowhere as the fifth person, and you have no idea. You're like, oh, I won, I beat the Elite Four, and then Gary's like, hey, mother, Yeah, one more to go. And he's got this stacked ass team that he just wrecks you with, and he's always one step ahead of you. So you always want to be better than him. He's always beating your ass in battles because he always has over-leveled Pokemon and a super stacked team. It's just, and he's just such a little brat. You know, you want to hate him, but he's also cool at the same time.
Dang.
I mean, that's why I picked Gary.
Yeah,
He's
up
a
until
cool
that
little
argument, I was
butthole.
thinking that Sully was gonna be a winner on this one, but that's a good argument. Can you guess who picked Sully? Yendi?
Yes, it was Carlos.
It was me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I said.
But I picked Sully. This is the reason why I was messaging you, and I was like, oh hey man, like I think you're gonna pick the same person and blah blah blah, because you know you're a big fan of Uncharted. I picked Sully simply because he's that guy that you always, throughout the whole game, man, I couldn't wait to hear him say something. He was always the guy that was like, this is a bad idea, but also the money is great. Always has the Cuban cigar ready to go. And, you know, he did his time. I think we should just have a game about Sully. That'd be awesome. But he did his time. You know what I mean? He sent out Nathan. He's like, you know what? I will have your back to an extent, right? I taught you everything you know, so I get a cut of this, and I'm going to sit back. I'm going to sit back and enjoy my time, all right? But the adventures with him, man, it's great, man. I love Sully to death. Hilarious character. He sticks with me. But what are you guys thinking, man? Gary or Sully? What's going on here?
I mean, you guys both bring up great arguments. You know, Gary, to me, I'm gonna go based off of like who I would want to hang out with, and I feel like I would want to hang out with Sully more than I want with Gary. But Gary's also he was annoying and always came at the most inconvenient
all
times,
the time,
and I
all
wasn't
the
ready.
time.
And then,
You're right.
like, he was also Professor Oak's, like, you know, nephew, and it's like he got all the Pokemon he wanted, and that's not fair. So I'm going Sully.
I will say I agree with Alan on that point, because I remember like always like, all right, I gotta get to I gotta stay out of the tall grass. I gotta get to the next Poke Center and heal my Pokemon. And it's like, hey man, and it's like Gary, no.
And who didn't name him Butthole, right? I know I did.
Oh man. What about you, Astronomo? What are you thinking?
I hands down Sully. I mean, like, if you wanted somebody to hang out with you and you're showing up to the party, who's gonna look cooler? A guy like Sully with a cigar, talking smack, with drinking beer, and just having a good time, like he's your best uncle, or a kid named Gary. Like,
all right, I'm going.
I mean, and always down to, you know, go for a gunfight any day. So
all right, so Alan and Astronomo go for Sully. I'm also gonna go for Sully.
Same.
All right,
Same.
here we go.
Oh,
Sully
clean
moves.
sweep for Sully.
Clean sweep. Sully moves on. Oh my god, I have to keep clicking this. Okay. All right, guys. Here we go.
I feel like it's a little tougher putting up more realistic characters.
I know,
to, like,
but that's how the tournament thing did it. And I was like, whenever I saw some of these matchups, I was like, okay. And I did see Ellie and Sully, and I almost matched them up just because. But I was like, no, let me just.
They are matched up now. So.
Yeah, they are matched up now. So next up we'll go Sans and Daxter. All right. So Alan already knows who picked Sans. It was me. Sans is my favorite character of all time. He's up there. I want him tattooed on me, like legit. He's something that's close to me. If you haven't played Undertale, right? Which I'm gonna be making a video in the future talking about not just Undertale but other stuff. But it's on Game Pass now, finally, right? It's a big deal. Yeah. Go take your time and play it. Just play it. Don't look up anything. Just play it. All right. Sans is that character that shows up as soon as you get out of the, you know, like learning about the, you know, how to play and stuff like that. The little small. It's not a tutorial, but it you know, kind of propels you into the story. You meet him and you see him throughout the game. Okay. When you see him throughout the game, he's just that chill guy. You can see him here with the hoodie and the pink slippers. You don't really see the pink slipper. You kind of do it like in the game. He has a brother and everything. but he's that background character that always just like he just kind of pops up, and you're like, Sans, what are you doing here? And he always has some kind of excuse, and he's just like, oh, I'm just kind of, I've just been like weird to meet you here. I was just getting a hot dog. Like, why are you here? Stuff like that. He keeps up with you throughout the game. And one of my favorite things about Sans, which is gonna be a small it's a small spoiler of the game, not really, but it's you have a chance to actually fight him, and instead of the final boss in that game, you can fight him. He'll come up to you, and he'll be the final boss. And there is a website that you can go to right now and just do the Sans fight, because he is one of the hardest bosses to beat. So to me, he's a very chill guy, but whenever he needs to put in the work, he's gonna put in the work. But that's my argument. I think Sans is the greatest character of all time, and that's for me personally. But who picked Dexter, and why do you think Dexter is? Because that's a good one too.
I picked Dexter. Reason why Dexter? I mean, like, he's a PlayStation icon. Like, you can't go wrong. He's part of the 2-0 Jack. So with Dexter, man, he's one of those clever characters that always has something smart to say, or always has something to say in the wrong time, and it's always funny. As a fighter, I don't think he's much of a fighter, but as someone who's there with you, just to like keep you company, always have a good time.
Get your girls too. He always got the girls.
He's always your wingman. He's always I haven't played Undertale, and so that's something in the list that I gotta do.
Yeah, that one was I literally I was, like I said, Sans is a personal one for me, and I know not a lot of people play Undertale, but I decided to put him on here to tell his story. Daxter is great. He's been with me through my childhood. Like you said, I'll never forget that. Like I said, or in the first game, you actually see what Daxter looked like, and then to what he is now. Getting the girls. I played the Daxter game, and I actually really loved that game. I had to borrow a friend's PSP for it. I kind of wish I could play it now. I wish they'd put it somewhere to play, but yeah. We'll go with Yendi. What are you thinking right now, man?
I don't know much about either one of these characters. More so Sans. Never heard of him. Never played Undertale. I have heard of Dexter, and to me, Dexter is more memorable than Jack himself. Like when I think of Jack and Dexter,
you do see,
this is what I envision. Yeah, I don't envision Jack.
Well, he's
I
the voice.
He's
he's your voice. Like you don't really hear Jack. He talks for you.
Oh, see, I think I've only played like one of those games, which I enjoyed. But I mean, just because I don't know anything about Sans, Dexter's gonna be my vote here. So
gotcha. What about you, Alan?
This one's a tough one for me because Sans is a great character, side character. But it is hard, as great as he is, it is hard to fight nostalgia.
Yeah.
And just like, it's not even really, I feel like it's unfair to Sans because he's such a good character. But like Daxter was one of the characters that you just, like he instantly grabbed you when those trailers came out. Like the trailer came out to Jack and Daxter, and you were like, yo, I have to play this game just because of Daxter. Like, because he was the voice of that game. And like Yendi said, he knows Daxter over even Jax, who's the main character of the game. But like, you know what I mean? You know Daxter because he was so marketable and he was just so memorable as a character to, that you just, and that's, again, if a side character is bringing you into the person's personal game, you got to get some love on that. So I'm going to have to go Daxter too.
Man. Astronomo, your vote is Daxter also, or is it, what are you going on?
Gotta stand by my gut.
All right, I'm going to follow on that sword of, I'm sticking with Sans. So, but it is a 3v1 there. So Daxter does move on up into the next spot. Let me move him here. Boop. All right, this next one is going to be, tough. Who picked Clank, and why do you think he is the greatest character of all time?
All right, I picked Clank. Oh boy, Ratchet and Clank. Whew, we go way back. I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's like my second PlayStation 2 game way back in the day. So nice. Clank has a long history with me. And I mean, in the first game, you can ride on Clank. He was one of the big guys. based on the first game. He knew what the goal was. You know, he was like, there's something obviously wrong in the universe, and I'm gonna go for it. And honestly, not just nostalgic reasons I picked Clank, but the whole reason my character, my channel, and everything that exists is because of the Ratchet and Clank universe. I take huge inspiration from their artwork and their world, and that's what I based it off of. So, I mean, as a badass, he can pretty much do anything. He's a robot, and he has a really sad history too, which behind, you know. And his mom always wanted him just to do the greatest things on earth. So yeah, man. I mean, Clank goes a long way. He's like honestly a little part of me when I was little. So,
and we get that new game in 2 months, I think.
In June 11th.
Yeah, so that's gonna be he gets to, you know, get on the big screen again. But who picked Yoshi and why?
I picked Yoshi. I mean, I think it's kind of obvious because you know, I'm old. But yeah. I mean, it's Yoshi. It's, you know, Super Mario World is not Super Mario World without Yoshi. And ever since that game and him being introduced in that game, we've seen Yoshi everywhere since that game has come out. And a lot of people's fondest memory of Super Mario World, and which is probably like, I definitely top, you know, 3 Marios of all time. Is Yoshi, and just getting Yoshi, being able to get the different Yoshi types in that game was amazing. And I mean, just Yoshi's just the perfect dinosaur, right? I mean, he could get special powers for you if you know, you could sacrifice him if you needed to jump a little higher, which was always sad. And I never, you know, would encourage you to do that. Always ride with Yoshi, but I mean, he could fly with you. Like, Yoshi's just. And then, I mean, in Smash Brothers, if you want to, you know, go ahead and fight Yoshi, he can, you know, he'll work you too. So and he gave you the free 1-ups. I mean, Yoshi's the GOAT. Like, I mean, Yoshi. It's Yoshi. There's not much more to say.
All right, Yendi, what are you thinking here?
I know more about Yoshi than I do about Clank, but I prefer Clank as a character for sure because I enjoyed Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, I enjoyed Ratchet and Clank more than Jak and Daxter. I can't tell you exactly why. Maybe the world, maybe it was the characters themselves, but I don't know. Yoshi's just I hate to say one-dimensional, but
Nintendo hater.
I'm a Nintendo hater now. Officially Christian.
You're that guy now.
Yoshi's cool. Everything that Alan said is true, and it brings back a lot of good memories. Really cool, but I'm gonna have to go with Clank here because he's a cute little robot, man.
Yeah. Yoshi
game is great. I prefer Ratchet and Clank over Mario.
I do love Yoshi.
Choose correctly here.
I do
not going right.
I do love Yoshi, but
listen.
But I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with Clank. I like the little I just remember playing the mini games of whenever he becomes a movie, like they pick Clank to be a movie star and he gets a tuxedo and it's Agent Clank and you go through and it was so good, man. He's a really great character. Yoshi has been with me as a kid. Me and my wife literally, like, anytime we're eating ice cream or something like that, we'll go "Ba-dum" or something like that, something stupid. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Clank. Clank has been a more memorable thing for me, personally. But Astronomo, I'm assuming you're also going with Clank.
I have to go with Clank. Yes.
All right, and then Alan, you're gonna stick with Yoshi.
Yoshi is the GOAT.
All right, Alan will fall on that sword right there.
I don't even know what to say. You know, there goes our channel.
And the numbers start scrolling down. Everybody's leaving. Thousands.
He's like, it could have been the next Ludwig.
All right, guys. These matchups.
Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
Do you notice how the finale is all PlayStation characters?
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
dang.
Yeah, because you guys, you know, we have a Nintendo hater in here.
Play Undertale and then you guys will figure it out. Play Undertale and you guys will come back and be like, Sans, this should have moved up.
That's just a testament to how good PlayStation's first party and their
Yeah.
exclusives are, man.
All right,
They're
guys.
so memorable.
So how this is going to work? Okay, we do have the arguments here where the people that picked them don't have to argue again. We're just literally shot for shot of why we think the thing should go on. And then we'll do I think we do still have a little bit of time. We can decide second and third place, but we'll decide after that, okay? So let's start off with Ellie and Sully. All right, Alan, go ahead and give me your vote and why.
I'm gonna go Ellie. I mean, again, as much as I love Sully, Ellie, again, to me, it just and this is really difficult because
it's
this
hard.
is no discredit to Sully at all, because Sully, I mean, if there was, if Last of Us was just not a game, then obviously Sully would win this. But like as much as I love Uncharted, because I think Uncharted 2 is just a masterpiece. Like, it's one of the best games I've ever played. It's just Last of Us is one of the greatest games I've ever played, and it's in my top 5. So it's like that story just really connected with me. Ellie's journey itself, it's such an amazing journey just because what she has to go through. And again, I don't want to spoil it, but it's just one of those things where she has this life-changing thing that she can, that is capable of, and just having to live with that throughout. And again, just the relationship with Joel, and it's just so good. I have to go Ellie.
I dropped the Legion coin. Well, I look for the Legion coin. Astronomo, give us your vote and why.
Ooh. Well, let's see. Funny thing is, like, they're both from Naughty Dog, so it's kind of like the same
Naughty
family.
Dog characters.
Yeah. And also Dexter too. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Shoot, dude.
Man, 3 Naughty Dog games. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's see. Ellie has her own game, which is The Last of Us 2. Do I like the path and the story that The Last of Us 2 took? No, I do not. So, but I mean, the first game is just a masterpiece. I can't go wrong, So, and then Sully as a character is by itself is such a badass. So, it's hard. It's hard. But honestly, I feel like the Last of Us 2 kind of ruined her character a little bit. So I'm gonna have to go with Sully just because of that.
Oh man,
I disagree.
Yendi, you want me to go first, or you want to go first?
I'll go.
Okay.
All right. Well, I don't know why you guys are making this so difficult. This is a really really simple answer here. Solely, what 1,000%. Look, I played Last of Us, the first one. Great game. I also agree it's a great game, masterpiece for sure. But Ellie is so whiny. It's like, get over it. Sully in his prime would beat Ellie anytime. Sully in his prime. If Sully had his own game, he would be on number ones. And if you say otherwise, you're a damn liar. Like, straight up.
Well,
don't even kid yourselves. Okay,
I'm not lying.
For sure. Sully had his own game. Even without his own game, he's still a better character in my eyes. Even though you only see a little bit of him.
Yeah,
the fact that we only see a tiny bit of Sully, and we still think he's a great character, yet Ellie has her own game pretty much. I mean, that's got to say something, right? Like,
yeah, it does got to say something, all right? And that's where my vote's going to come in, all right? It does say something. The side character got her own game. Her own game. That's how.
Call it now.
That is how, right? How great she is, all right? My vote is also for Ellie. This is a character that I've worried about, I've cried with, every emotion, right? Sully is there. I will say Sully was there for the good times. It's great. I laughed, I chuckled, but whenever it becomes between these two, my heart goes straight to Ellie, through and through, man. So it is a tie.
We're bringing the Legion going back.
Oh my god, dude!
To decide.
I mean, there's no competition. It's definitely Sully. He's definitely gonna win.
Yeah, I gotta go with Sully.
Come on, man.
You don't need that coin toss again.
I'd rather play a game of Sully any day. Any day. I don't care how good the overall game is. I'd rather be controlling Sully than Ellie.
All right, Yendi, what do you want for Stormtrooper?
Doesn't make him a better character.
Stormtrooper is Sully.
Stormtrooper is Sully.
Yep.
501st.
That's also Sully.
501st Legion.
Yeah,
Is Ellie. Here we go. I don't even want to look at it.
Come on, Lady Luck. Pick the right choice.
You know what to do.
Shatter.
You know what to do.
It's Sully. Ah!
Watch me pick it up.
He's
It's
cheating.
Ellie.
Animaniac
He's cheating.
sucks.
I saw the video feed cut out.
Ellie,
Look,
nope.
I'm picking it up. Straight up. It's coming to you guys. It's coming to you guys.
Oh no!
I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
For the
I'm gonna
podcast
log off.
listener, for the audio listeners, Ellie won. She moves on to the semifinals. Well deserved. Well deserved.
And since Yoki's not in it,
Sully, I will
No.
meet you at the bar, though. All right. There it is, right there. Okay, so even though I wanted Sans to go on, to be honest, I kind of had a feeling that this argument was gonna happen here, and it's time. It's time. All right, Daxter versus Clank. All right, Yendi, go ahead and give us your vote, and why.
I don't have much history of either of these games, but I preferred Ratchet and Clank because he's a cute little robot. Clank is the winner. Go.
All right, that was quick.
That was it.
All right. Astronomo, go ahead. Give us your vote and why. And you, just to give you guys a heads up, all right, he picked Dexter and these are both of his characters that have moved on. So go ahead, man. Well, you have to pick between these two.
Tough choice.
Yeah, Clank, all the way Clank.
Oh
Yeah.
man. All right, Alan,
Oh,
go
is
ahead.
this
You
really gonna be a freaking Ellie and Clank? Come on now.
go
If you
ahead.
guys pick Ellie, I'm leaving.
Go ahead, Alan. Go ahead, Alan.
I'm gonna go Dexter because of all the reasons why I said it the before, and like I said, I love Ratchet and Clank. Again, this is another tough choice. Both amazing games. Like I said, Daxter was one. Like when I see PlayStation, Daxter is like one of the first people I see in the front next to Ellie. But yeah, so it's just that's who I associate PlayStation with, and Kratos, of course. But yeah,
All
You
right.
got the coin again, I see.
I do have the coin in my hand. Here we go. But not for this round. I'm going with Clank.
my
I like Clank way more than Daxter. I do like Jack and Daxter a lot. I've played those games a lot more, but for side characters, I would go Clank. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move him up.
you don't even have to ask me for this next one.
This one's gonna be hard. Okay, we gotta think about it. All right, here we go, guys. Viewers, you see it here. All right. For this last one here, okay, I'm gonna click on the screens here, and everybody's gonna have the big screen. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get Alan out of the way. Who's
What
your
do
vote
you
and
mean?
why?
You know who my vote is. It's not really, I don't even feel like I have to debate. But it's Ellie for me. It's just again, right now you think she is. I mean, listen. Besides Kratos, right now, Ellie is the face of PlayStation. I'm gonna go. I just said it. I said it.
All right. At the end of the year, you know what we should do? We should probably come back to this and see if any after the Ratchet and Clank game comes out. But we'll go ahead and next person is
We already know
Astronomo.
Yendi.
Astronomo,
Okay.
who are you thinking here, man?
I still gotta say with my Clank, can't go wrong. Man,
Thing
I'll-
is Clank. He said it.
Yeah.
but I mean, I'll tell you, story wise, okay, Clank. Who has the most games? Ratchet and Clank. Ellie's only been on 2 games, and I mean, Ratchet and Clank has been here since the PlayStation 2.
But
has a long history.
but I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you on that argument too. Yoshi has more games than Clank.
No, yeah. I mean,
We decide.
I give you that one. But this is like Ellie and Clank.
Yeah,
So.
I got you. Yeah, all right. So 1 vote Ellie, 1 vote Clank. Yendi.
This is a terrible, terrible matchup.
It is.
Like, this is not even fair.
Yep.
We all know who people are going to pick. If this was left up to the thousands of viewers that we have, Ellie would win in a heartbeat because viewers, Ellie,
You never know.
Ellie.
You'd be surprised.
I don't know. I feel like they will pick Sully.
But who's your vote, man?
I don't think these are. I don't think this matchup is fair at all.
It doesn't matter, man. This is the LPF. Clank, all right.
Because I don't want to see more Ellie. I want to see more Clank. Like, forget Ellie. Get over it.
And we're getting him in on.
You didn't even play part 2.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
It does.
I had enough of her in part 1.
She's grown. She's a different character now.
Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter what she is.
All right, now for me.
Oh, here we go.
We're all
This
on
is-
your hand.
Listen, C-Rod, before you make your choice, I'm
Just
gonna
tell everybody that this was rigged and Ellie won. Just tell them. Just stop the suspense.
make the right choice. This is not a threat.
You have unlimited power right now.
I'm gonna go. I have to go with Ellie still. I'm gonna stick
Yeah,
on that
son of
Ellie
a-
bus. I got to. And in
But-
that case here. All right. Here we go. Astronomo, you are our special guest. What do you want? What do you want Stormtrooper to be?
Clank.
Clank
all
for
the way.
Stormtrooper.
Now wait. Hold up. If okay. If we're talking about side characters, listen. Clank is more of a side character than Ellie is. I see Ellie more as a main character, right? Clank is a true side character. You see
It's
more
called
Ratchet.
Ratchet and Clank.
You see more Ratchet than you do Clank. It's not Ellie and Joel. Most of the time you see Ellie most of the time.
In the second
and
game,
Clank.
but you see Joel a lot in the first game. All right.
With that being said, go ahead. Flip
No,
that
but
coin.
I'm also gonna throw out the argument that argument went out the window whenever we put Daxter up because Daxter has his own game also. All right.
Oh, okay. But can we say, in every Ratchet and Clank game, you have been able to play as Clank, but in the first Last of Us, you weren't able to play as Ellie.
Not sure if you had the DLC.
Oh no, you played
Well,
during the snow scene too. The snow scene where she, yeah, you do.
That's
Yeah.
right. Damn. Okay.
All right. So he said, "You're not gonna change my mind. I'm on it." All right. So Clank is the Stormtrooper. All right. Will you, Yendi, since you are for Clank also, do you agree with this? Are you okay with that? Stormtrooper. Me and Alan, 501st Legion.
Don't edit out the footage this time. I saw that little
Bro, okay.
pause in the video
The
feed.
last 2 times has been running a Legion.
Should we bet? Do you guys want to do best 2 out of 3 or one flip decides all?
No.
One flip.
All right, here we go.
Get it all with.
Is that,
It's gonna be Ellie.
Oh, shoot. That didn't.
Ah, shattered.
All right, here
What
we
did-
go.
What did that land on? You should have made it there.
Here we go.
I feel like you messed up the odds with that. You
Ready?
messed up the odds.
Do it on your hand.
You want me to catch it and go on my hand? All right, I'll try my best. Here we go.
You can catch.
No coordination.
All right, ready?
Oh, drum roll.
Wait, I gotta make sure my hand doesn't freaking drop the coin.
Drop that coin.
Oh mother!
No,
Damn it! Bro. Come on!
3 times.
Damn,
There we go, guys.
Come on!
There we go, guys.
Oh,
Ellie
Ellie.
is the winner. Clank comes in second. All right. And
Come on.
yeah, well, Clank comes in second, so, or we can decide between Sully and Clank, but it's all right. We don't have time for that.
No, I mean, Clank is second place. Sully is third.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. So LPF has decided. All right. Ellie, Clank, Sully, these are your greatest side characters of all time. Maybe we'll decide, or maybe we'll come back to this in the future. All right. But that is going to do it for the show. Let me go back to the main show.
One more thing though, before we actually say she's the greatest. In this list she is, but I mean the real greatest is Luigi. Come on. guys. I mean, Luigi.
OG wise. Yes.
I would 100% agree with that, actually.
It's Luigi, but you know, it'd be like Luigi's like in the Hall of Fame of side characters, so we can't just put him in the thing.
I would say Luigi then Zelda as top for old school. Yeah.
So, like I said, guys, that was going to be it for the end of the show. Thank you guys so much for watching. Astronomo, do you want to plug your stuff? We appreciate you coming on, by the way. Definitely going to have you back in the future if you'd like to join. We're always here.
Yes.
Future.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, time doesn't exist for me, you know. It's just, it's all the time.
But what are your plugs? Where can they find you, man?
They can find me on YouTube at Astronomo Universe, or they can find me on TikTok as well. I make little stupid skits, so yeah.
His links will be down in the description on the video version. Any other news, guys? Alan, video for the week? Did you want to know?
My video is coming out on Friday. I am going to be reviewing these bad boys. I wanted to give myself a good week so I could give you guys a good review. I'm glad I was able to do a show with it because this actually helps with the review itself. So I will be definitely having that for you guys on Friday. Just remember, we're switching. Our solo videos for the channel are going to be coming out on Fridays now. We're going to be dropping the podcast version and the YouTube video version of the podcast on the same day, which is going to be Wednesday. Be on the lookout for that.
Also, Friday's a big day, guys. Also on Friday, we will be streaming here on Twitch for our Yendi, are you joining us for that one too? The reaction for
I think I'll be there.
Yeah, for is it for Xbox, correct?
Xbox, yes.
Yes, Xbox is basically it's their turn to step up to the table. Nintendo dropped the ball. Sony, okay. So, it's time to see if episode 9 is going to be all about Xbox again. Also, It Takes Two comes out on Friday. I might be playing it. I don't know if Yendi will get it. Maybe we'll decide to stream it, but we'll talk about that later. Just keep follow us on Twitter, and just to keep updated. Alan, did you have something else?
Yeah, and there's probably and then Overcooked comes out today, I think, or tomorrow. The new Overcooked, the all you can eat, also comes out today or tomorrow. And then
wait, is it a new one or is it a combo pack?
Yeah, I think it's a DLC, or I think it's a new one.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It's out, and then next week is Among Us, so we might be doing an Among Us.
Oh yeah, an Among Us stream. Oof, that's gonna be rough. But
comes out.
a lot of content. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out to Ellie for being the best side character ever. Until next time, guys. Fire team out.